So overwhelmed by these boys who are here. Sometimes I don't know, but I think boys always they listen to what you say, even if it is not very important. You know, sometimes we used to have talent night. We used to have some talent nights on Saturday. Then there was a particular talent night that one of the boys was imitating the way I speak. That was the end of talent nights. The boy would speak everything that I say in the assembly until I ask myself, are these things really important, things that I say? So somebody sits down to cram and then just narrate. But I want to say I'm very, very grateful to these boys for having thought to come and we be together here. You know, these boys, when I see them in their school uniform. You know, I see the way they used to walk, the way they were dressed. Sometimes you really see how people can change. You know, Duncan, who is standing behind there, Duncan, raise up your hand so that these boys can see you. Yeah, Duncan. That was a very, very sharp boy in dressing. He was very clean. And but I don't know what you do outside the parade and classes, because he looked somebody who was too much of himself. When issues of Yugo Gango, Ulanda pop up, I didn't see him so active, yet he was a very clean boy. Now, I want to tell you, all these things that have been said here are meant for you. You should be able to see that it is possible to succeed. Yesterday I was addressing parents of Form 2s because you had a very poor meal. But I remember saying a statement. I think I used David as an example. I didn't mention your name. But I want David to confess at what point you took up physics. There's a time that you dropped physics. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when we joined the school, the Kanyawanga, physics mean was very low. And as one of the top students, I was really scared of taking physics. I was really scared. When I dropped physics in Form 2, I had 88, but I was still scared. So I dropped the subject. By Form 3, Term 1, Term 2, I was seeing everyone that I was beating, scoring 74. And you know, physics is 74 is an A. And I realized, I think I need to do better. Then one of the teachers, Mr. Biro, called me and told me, you're wasting your brain. You have to take physics. So I made sure that I finished geography and history syllabus in Form 3. That is the syllabus for the whole Form 4 and the whole Form 3 to create a room for physics. Pick physics in Form 4 on the enrollment for the mock. After I made sure that I already prepared and covered everything from Form 1 again, top to Form 4, pick physics, and on my mock, physics was one of my best results. I was taking 9 subjects together with Roy Martin. Roy Martin currently is a doctor. And we have Robert Modi, who supported us big time in the course. He's also a doctor, really busy. So it's the power of the mindset and believing in the teachers on what they share with us, because there's some things that teachers see that we don't see.
So I want to tell you it is possible from 2s to pick yourself up and excel. These boys really make me so happy, and I don't know, how many of you come from Nyatiki? You know, when you keenly follow Lee Kiochola, this is a fan of Prince Inda. He likes, he's a fan. And then you just reminded me, Robert Omod. Robert Omod plays a handler. He even sent some audio that he has composed. And that is a medical doctor. That's just by the way. But I'm so grateful for these people who have come today and talk very sweet words to me. Sometimes I sit back and ask myself, is this really me? But I want to thank God for everything that God did through me. I have about a week and very few days, then I'll be going home. But I want to tell the boys who are remaining here that teaching is one of professions that really commit you. Because I remember I came to this school from a school called Luanda Magwai. For about 5, 6, 7 years, I would always ask how they are performing. Whenever results come, I would look for results of Kanyawanga and my former school, which means I'll still be so concerned about the results here. It's my prayer that that spirit of good performance will continue. I really thank God for so many of these boys. Bilton here, Bilton was a bit sickly at times, is it? Yeah, very sickly. But he ended up scoring and I don't know whether, have you seen him? Bilton, stand up. Yeah, Bilton, okay. Yeah, he scored an A, and yet he was sickly. He missed a lot of valuable times for class 1. But you know that commitment, just sit down. That commitment succeed. I want to tell the alumni, the boys who are sitting here today, that times have changed. As we speak, boys love home more than school. Actually, if I remember there was, even during Corona, the schools were opened and then the government had a crash program. Some half-term was brought so quickly, I think in about a week or 2. I tell you, when the boys heard they were breaking for home in a week's time and they had just come from home, they cheered wildly. So much. Students love home more than school. And that is dangerous to a student. I really want these boys to hear this. You know the reason why students love home, now there's a lot of freedom. I was sharing with a friend of mine, incidentally his son was here, and he was telling me whenever schools are closed, the boy is in charge of the remote and the fridge. So, you know, he watches and he eats. You know, those are the main things that boys normally do at home. But I want to advise the boys, please love school. David has said something, which I think I told some candidates, some of course here, that they requested me that they wanted to stay, and they stayed the whole holiday. And here they are. My wish is that you learn from what these people are saying. You know, not all of them were very good. Some were also very difficult. And anything boy okay, can you say they also? Yeah, they learn from the hardship out there. So sometimes you may be a very, very bad boy. But then, if you are very committed, then you become a very good boy. There's a time I admitted a boy whose father came and told me that this boy has been expelled from Winyati. Why? Because he was smoking back. So I picked him and I told him that I'm admitting you, yet I know you are doing what we don't want, and we also expel people who smoke back. So I promised that he would not smoke. So I put some few spice around it. I was later told the boy always smokes bang at around 2 a.m. So he wakes up at 2 a.m. he goes and smokes. So when I was asking the person who saw that, told me he keeps the bang inside the wall of the dormitory. He drilled a wall. He was sleeping down, so he drilled a wall. He drilled a hole on the wall. And there is where he was stuffing the bag. So one day I caught him. And I caught him very funnily. Actually, I think up to today, not so many people know that I slept in Gorgis up to around, it was approaching 2 a.m. I went and we interfered with the power system, so there was no light. And I went early when people were in class. I started sleeping. The person that I used his bed, I kept him in my house. So I slept there. So boys are coming from preps and I'm hearing them talk. Some boys are saying, speaking beep. Some boys are nasty. You know, you hear a bad thing from a corner and somebody replies from another corner. Hey. Sometimes I feel like laughing. You know, the problem I think